Hey YouTube, Facebook. This is Traveling Tony, and I am at home in Abilene, Texas. Just wanting to vent a little bit, but mainly just talk to you about some things that have happened to me in my life, being a black man in this United States of America, and we're asking us black men that know how to get along and try to get along with our white friends, asking him, these people, my friends, non-black people, to help us black people. We did not create this problem, and we want you guys to help us fix this problem, because I want to live. I want my other black friends to live, and we shouldn't have to worry about these racist people tagging us out here, there, different places all the time. So I just want you guys to know some of the things that we deal with. Y'all don't have a clue, and y'all think we like to complain about, or some of the things that you might have said and done and you didn't think much of it.
Who's that fella there with a loud bark?
So that being said,
Mr. Hardy. Where's Carl? Why didn't he come?
my one encounter I had with on my job, this one of the last jobs I had, I was a shuttle driver for auto dealership,
We can talk.
and I had this a van full of people,
Is Carl all right?
and I had this gentleman that was, probably 10, 12 years older than me,
I was scared.
white gentleman.
The gun.
He seemed to be pretty nice, level-headed, and he sat in the back seat, and there was a person sitting in the front seat. We're in a minivan, so there's two people in the back and a passenger in my passenger seat in the front seat. I dropped the other two people off. This is early in the morning,
Mr. Hardy?
and the guy, that's the third guy, that's about 12 years older than me. I'm going to have to go back and pick him up later. I already know this. So after dropping the other two people off, the guy decides he wants to get up in the front, which is no problem for me because I like to talk to my customers. So he gets up in the front seat, and we back off from where we were just dropping the last customer off, and I started going on my way, and it was a little bit of drive out. He lived out by the lake, and right outside Abilene, pretty close. And so I'm driving him, and he turns in the seat facing me, and he looks at me dead in my face while I'm driving and says, back in the day, I would have called you a nigger. And I'm driving the van, and I'm not expecting this. And I look at him, I turn my face and look at him face to face, and then I look back at the road trying to keep my eye where I'm going. And I say, oh, really? I just shook it off because I've dealt with this kind of crap before in my life. But, he had to say a few words while the other people in the van, and I just didn't have a clue that he was going to go there and why. Nobody gave him no reason to say something that stupid and racist. So after he says that, then he starts telling me that he goes to church and he has some black people at his church, and he's even had them at his house eating dinner. And I was like, oh, okay, and after, me not boiling over furiously mad, I just take it to, here's another one of them like that, so I pull up in the driveway at his place, nice looking place, and he tells me he has some, probably about a half acre of field out in the back where he grows some vegetables, mainly watermelons, and asked me, do I like watermelons, do I want one? And I says, yeah, I like watermelons, but I really don't have time, because I'm the shuttle driver, there's people probably back at the dealership waiting for me. He said, no, I want to only take a minute. Let's go out there and get us one. Get you one. You can even get some for the other advisors. So I said, okay, we'll make it quick. So we go out there, and after he said what he had to say, it just, was no need for him to even go there, and I don't know why he did it. And once that was said, we were back on a regular conversation like I would be with any other person. So he gives me these ugly ass watermelons, deformed watermelons. They were nothing I would buy in the store. They wasn't very nice looking. They were retarded looking watermelons. So I take them. I'm not gonna refuse him. So I take them. He gives me 3 of them to get to some of the advisors. And so I get back in the van and I'm driving back and I'm thinking, man, why did he go there? There wasn't even no need for him to do that. And but that's just one example of how us black people have to deal with white people for no reason at all. You know, he's supposed to be a smart, educated man, but he just, as Miss Jane Elliott says, he is mentally ill for as race is concerned. If you are racist and you are devout that, hey, your race is the best and this and that, you are mentally ill. And you can be mentally ill in a lot of different ways and function in your life, have a high IQ, and can do this and do that, but you can still be mentally ill in certain ways. And anybody that's like that, you got some mental issues. You got some mental issues. And he showed me his. And after that, he was right back to normal. And I'm like, thank God my parents raised me not to knock the fuck out of him. Anyway, and I go back to the dealership and tell these other white people what I had to deal with, and they're really, yeah. I said, yeah, you see what I'm talking about, because on my job, I wouldn't always go back and tell them about something like that, but you know, they have to know how their other races are, because that white man's not going to say that to a white driver. He's only going to say that to the Mexicans or the blacks. And so I have to let these whites that run the company know what kind of shit we have to put up with from other white people. So if you aren't racist, if you aren't mentally ill, you need to help us fix this shit by telling these people to shut their damn mouth and watch what they're saying to other people. And if they don't know, they need to learn. Anyway, this is part of my segment that I'm going to talk to you about for as the issues of racism. And at 60 years old, I've had a lot of issues that I've always kept to myself or just talked to my wife about it. Maybe my best buddies that were black, because we all have some stories to tell. But since I'm in the house with this COVID like anybody else, I'm going to talk about my life, and whether it's racism or just the good white people that have helped me out and done things for me. But I just want y'all to know that I got some things to say, and I could write a book, but I think I'll just do it audio. So thank you so much, and I'll be coming back with you with another video pretty soon.